What's up, guys? So before I go to bed, I wanted to do a late night chat. Alright, so I haven't done a video, but I wanted to go ahead and do a video. It's it's late. It's like 1 something in the morning, but I wanted to do this chat before I lay down. So anyway, we could go ahead and call this, let's see what we could call this. We could call this rejection. And we could also call this they don't have the capacity. Okay? They don't have the capacity to give you what you need. Rejection. They don't have the capacity to give you what you need. So, over the weekend, I had a young family member to come and stay with me. And we were going through some issues or whatever. And I was talking to that family member and just she's kind of going through some of the same issues that I was going through growing up as a kid. And she's actually 12 now. And a little bit of my story is when I was 12, I was in foster care. Actually, not exactly at 12. I think about 13 and a half or 14. I went back into foster care. But I was born in foster care and raised off and on in my life in foster care. And so I dealt with love and rejection. Okay, so I was able to experience both. And what I was trying to tell her is something that it took me forever to learn. It took me forever to learn about people and them just not having the capacity to give you what it is that you need because they don't have what they need themselves. And that when people do not have what they need, they cannot give you what it is that you need. And so I was trying to explain to her, which is really hard because she's a child. But I was trying to get her to understand, like in children's terms, on a child's level, that, let's put it like this, if someone wants candy from you and you don't have any more candy left, you can make promises to give them candy when you get it, but you don't have any candy right now. So you can't give them any candy. And I said that's the same thing with our parents. You know, they may want to give us love. They may want to love us. They may want to give us things. They may want to be good parents. They may need to be good parents, but they don't have what they need in order to give us what we needed. And until they get to a place where they need to be in life, they can't provide anybody else with what they need in life. And so you can't give somebody else something that you don't have. You know, and that's when I did a little candy scenario with her. I said, if I ask you for a piece of candy and you don't have it, as bad as you want to give it to me or share with me, if you don't have the candy, you can't give it to me. You can't. You might really want to share with me. You might really love me. You might, well, when I get it, I give it to you. But in the meantime, you don't have it to share it with me. You don't have it. So you can make promises all day long, which is going to end up with me feeling rejected because you lied to me about giving me something that you don't have, or making promises to give me something that you don't have. I said that's the same thing with our parents. They don't have what they should have in order to give us what we need. And a lot of parents have children and they're not ready to have children, and they're not equipped to have children, and it's always been like this. Everybody's not ready to have a baby. And when they do, I know for me, my parents were teenage parents. And but I remember having a conversation with this child's mother, and I said, is it fair, when we know that we don't have what we need, to continue to have children over and over and over and over and over again, knowing that we can't give them what they need. But then you have to look at the reason that person is having those children is out of a need themselves, because there's something missing in their life, and they may think that by having children that is fulfilling something in their life. And we realistically know that they have to provide for those children, put a roof over their head, feed them, send them to college, and all of that kind of stuff. But in their mind, it is filling something, a void or something in their life. Every time they give birth, maybe they look at it as another chance, or something about their childhood or something like that. And in reality, it's not about I have another mouth to feed, or it's about love for the moment, or whatever attention I can get just for those moments that I've had this baby, or whatever. I'm not really sure what it could be, but it's not reality, because when you take that child home, you have responsibility. So, but at that moment, you're not being rejected, okay, because there's attention and love and everything that's surrounding you when you're bringing a baby home. And so for whatever amount of time that you can get that love and attention, maybe it's for that. I'm really not sure. I don't know what it is when people do that. But I know that, my family member was hurt. And I know that their journey is tough. And I've been down that road. I couldn't understand why, as a child, my dad, didn't come for me or come and get me, or why I had to be, homeless at, 13 years old, and my dad had somewhere to stay, but I didn't have anywhere to stay, or why my dad wasn't looking for me, or why, I just, it was so many things I didn't understand. But just because someone has a baby doesn't mean that they're going to be responsible. Because again, people can't give you what they don't have. And I would tell you that being in my 40s, I had this expectation that there was still something I wanted from my dad that I still can't get. After all these years, he still cannot give me the same thing I wanted as a little girl from him. All these years later, 40-something years later, he still doesn't have the capacity to give that to me. So some people just don't have it because they don't have it themselves. So I needed to find a way to be able to explain that to this 12. But there are so many people that are wounded, that are just walking around and just hurt day after day after day after day after day after day, because they want something from people and they feel like people are hurting them on purpose. And the thing is, they don't have the capacity to give you what you need. And so at some point, well, I know from, my 12-year-old family member, she's not able to comprehend or get it. it's a good thing that she has someone in her life that is going to guide her as far as being able to process it sooner, so that she doesn't have to go her entire life trying to understand why people don't love her, why people are rejecting her, and all of that kind of stuff. But I don't want her to spend her whole life trying to figure it out. So thank God that there's somebody there to tell her that it's not her issue. You understand what I'm saying? But there are people that just consistently, day after day after day, blame themselves for not being able to get what they need from other people. And you have to realize that it is not you. It is not you. The rejection is not about you. It is about not being able to get something from someone who doesn't have what you need to give to you. You don't have it. Love, they don't have it to share with you. Money, whatever it is, the person does not have the capacity to give it to you. And you have to stop looking for it from that person. Take the expectation off of that person. Mom, dad, sister, brother, boyfriend, pastor, I don't care who it is. It will relieve so much stress, so much hurt, so much pain when you take all of that expectation off of people. Just that rejection. Because you will be hurt every day if you continue to just keep expecting stuff from people, holding people to this standard just because you think that they have it. They don't have it. And even if you feel like they have it, they're not equipped. They don't have it. They're not giving it to you. And you're hurting yourself by just having this expectation on them to give it to you. The people that are willing to give it to you, that do have it in them to give it to you, that are able to give it to you, those are the people that you need to be holding on to, praying into your life, asking God to send to you. And of course, at my family member's age, she doesn't understand that, but I'm helping her with that. But as an adult, process that. You'll be unhappy. You'll be holding that rejection. It will make you miserable for your whole life. You will be hurt all the time if you keep holding on to expectations of people. Let it go. For real. Like, let it go. I don't care who it is. Because my entire life, the expectations of my family and friends, oh my God, just what they should give me. Now I'm just like, I don't give a damn whether you give it to me or not. Like, I'm trying to meet people that have it and willing to give it. Because at some point you just have to say, okay, they don't have it. And pray for them and keep moving. And then what do you have? Because you will drain yourself. You know what I mean? And then there's another side to it. And I'll leave that for another video. Where people who have been rejected so much, they become a giver and give away too much. We'll leave that for another video. But in this video, I just wanted to go over that. The whole rejection thing. You really have to take a step back and understand that it's more about the people that are not able to give it to you than it is about you. And once you're able to process that, and see that they don't have the ability to give you what you need, what you want, or what you should have, once you're able to see that it's about them, and then you, as an adult, do for yourself. Take the expectation off of them and do for yourself. And ask God to bless you and to help you and to put people in your life that have the ability to be able to bless you and help you and be there for you and support you. And you do the same thing for them. Because, honey, I am telling you, if you don't want to live a defeated life in your spirit, you have to take expectations off of people. All right? So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because people deal with this from childhood all the way up. Just rejection. Rejection from friends, rejection at school, rejection at home, rejection in church, rejection on a job. It is more about them than it is about you. The reason that they're not able to connect with you or do things with you, it's more about them than you. Whatever their reason is, they're losing out on a great person. You got to stop taking the blame for that. You got to stop trying to figure out what's wrong with you. What's wrong with them? I had to start asking myself, what is wrong with them? When you know that you're a good person, what is wrong with them? There's something missing in their life. What is wrong with them? They don't have themselves together. It can't always be you as to why people can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? So take it off of you. It's not about you. It's not always about you. Okay? So I just wanted to do that. Would you see a young person struggling with that? Rejection, how early it starts. If you see a young person struggling with that, reach out to them. But I just wanted to bring that up because it just kind of, it just really touched my heart, because I remember being her. And I was her for a long time. Just always hurt. Always hurt. Always wondering what's wrong with me. It's why people didn't, just let it go. Connect with God. That's the biggest connection, the most important connection that you could ever make in your life. So I just wanted to talk about that. All right. And you guys, I'm going to create another video, and I want to talk about in that other video how rejection can cause you to give too much, give away too much, to the point that you are empty. So I'll talk about that in the next video. All right, you guys have a great night, morning, whenever you're watching this, and I'll talk to you soon. Good night. Bye-bye.